going on, guys? Today, back at this is Eddie Sue from Siege Finance, back at you again. Today we're going to be talking about brokerage accounts. So this is a step of investing or starting to trade, is opening up brokerage accounts. So there's going to be a few steps before we can open up a brokerage account and start investing. First is preparing our emergency fund. So this is about 1/2 to 2 times your annual expenses, and you're usually going to keep this money in a high interest savings account generating about 1 to 2% interest per year. And we keep this money stowed away in order to prevent taking away from our investments if we run into an unexpected bill or expense. And it is very important that you have an emergency fund, because drawing away from your investments while can take away from the time frame that you allotted for your money, and that can sometimes come with penalties, or you may be taking your money away at a bad time, causing you to take losses instead of taking a gain, and sometimes it's market dependent. The next step is preparing your initial funding. So I encourage you to have an expense tracker to know how your money is coming or how your money is leaving, and to have a budget to see how your money is handled when it is coming in. And you're going to need about anywhere from $1 to about $1,000 to start. Some brokerages require a bit more than $1,000, and it depends on what you're investing. And then for our age requirement, most of you are able to get a job when you're about 14 to 15 years old. So if you want to start investing right away, you might need to have a trusted adult open up a trust fund for you. And then once you do turn 18, you can open up a tax-free savings account or a registered retirement savings plan. And for those of you in the States, this would be a Roth IRA or a 401k. Today's presentation will be more for the Canadians, so we're going to be talking about 4 of the more popular online brokerages. So in order to have your funding for investments, you can start to set up auto payments so that you have a dollar cost averaging of your investments when you do have the money coming in steadily. So this means that you are buying at the lows, the mediums, and the high prices, so that you get an averaged price that will give you a great return in the end over a long period of time. And usually auto payments are set up bi-weekly so that it takes out after every paycheck. And then there's the mentality of paying yourself first. So this could be educating yourself, having the money there to invest. So you pay yourself first, and if you really need to, you can't figure out how to pay the rest of your expenses, you might have to take a little bit away from your emergency fund and then find a way to fill back that amount that you took from your emergency fund. So our first one is going to be Questrade. They offer, I would say, somewhat of a cheaper end, and it is very good for support, customer support. They have chat lines, emails, and phone calls. So for the stocks, they're usually priced around $5 to $10, and every stock is about 1 cent per share. So the minimum price is $4.95 all the way up to $9.95. So this would be when you're buying about 1,000 shares at a time. ETFs are free to buy, but they have the same 1 cent per share to sell, minimum $4.95, maximum $9.95. And then options start at $9.95 and $1 per contract. Questrade offers a great variety of accounts. I would say one of the best out of the 4 I'm going to cover. And North American market, it covers all the North American markets for stocks, and you can also buy ETFs. And For their resources, they offer blogs and webinars, which I have used. I am a user of Questrade, and I would recommend Questrade. For their accounts, they have RRSPs, spousal RRSPs, and then they have locked-in retirement accounts, trust funds, individual, informal, joint, informal, and formal trust funds, and then they have margin accounts, individual and joint. And they also have income funds, retirement income funds, and lifelong income funds. You can also trade Forex and CFDs. So for the next one is going to be Qtrade. At first, I kept confusing Questrade and Qtrade. I thought they were the same thing, but they are indeed separate platforms. Qtrade charges about $25 per quarter if it is under $25,000 in your account. So this is usually like a typical Big Five bank that they charge you. And then there are additional fees for registered accounts, so that can vary from about $15 to $50. And then on all purchases, it is $8.75 and $1.25 per contract on options. So Qtrade can be cheaper than Questrade if you are buying past that 875 share range every purchase. There are about, I believe, 100 free ETFs, and then all mutual funds are free to buy, and they have a decent variety of accounts, not as much as Questrade, but they have cash accounts, margin accounts, tax-free savings accounts, and RRSPs. And for the cash accounts, they have individuals, joint, and group. And for the RRSPs, they also have regular and spousal. I would say one of the notable things about Qtrade is their OTC, so you can buy smaller penny stocks, and they also have access to all the North American markets. For the investments, you're able to buy stocks, mutual funds, ETFs, bonds, new issues, so like IPOs, and then GICs and options, which I would say is a great selection depending on what you want to do and what you are comfortable with doing. They also provide a variety of resources such as articles, guides, and market insights. I would say the only downside is that you do require a bit of a larger account and larger transactions to really want to find this as profitable, but I believe the research tools are very beneficial if you get yourself to a high enough level to really utilize it. And then Wealthsimple, I would say, is one of the best for using as a beginner. It is commission-free trading, although they do charge a 1.5% on currency exchange fees, and that is pretty regular. I believe that is a bit on the lower end. I believe most brokerages charge about 2%. So just beware that it is not entirely free, but it is cheap, very cheap. Usually I would say the cheapest. And they have a small variety of accounts, so that includes non-registered, tax-free savings account, and RRSPs. They do also offer crypto, which is what I use with Wealthsimple. I do not use a stock trading account with Wealthsimple at the moment. I've thought about switching over, but I really like Questrade at the moment. They have access to all the North American markets, so the Toronto Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, and the NASDAQ, and I believe there's some more. And then they have ETFs, free to buy, mutual funds, and they also offer one masterclass, and they have many articles for learning. The last one is Interactive Broker, so I'm going to be going over the Canadian edition. I understand that the prices in America are a bit more favorable for Interactive Broker. So for the tiered or fixed, so for their commissions, they have a tiered or fixed costs. So for the tiered, it is share dependent and max up to 1% of the trade value. And for the fixed, it is about a half a cent per share up to 1% of the trade value. And they have a moderate variety of accounts, and lots of resources. So this one is very great for research. They offer for the accounts, they offer individuals, joint and retirement and trust accounts. For the resources, they offer lots of free lessons on trading and investing. So this one is great for research. So for your own due diligence, I encourage you to go through the costs, find a user interface that you like, and find one that offers great customer support, and then pick one that you like the most, just on your personal preference. I hope you guys liked this video. Leave a comment, like and subscribe, leave some feedback, reach out to me on Instagram at edisonsue_, and happy investing and enjoy your 2021 year.